Hi everybody, welcome back to Shadowrun Returns, Dragonfall, the Shane Plays Let's Play series, and we are on part 7. At this point, we're on our first Shadowrun that is part of the series of runs we have to run on to raise enough money to pay Alice's fee for tracking down the Dragon Slayer. I can't remember his name off. I think it's Vauclair, something like that. So we are. I don't know why this keeps jumping around. I don't know if you notice that jumping around or not. I don't know why it's doing that. So anyway, waiting on this to load, and what we're doing is we're infiltrating a smugglers group that the person who hired us thinks is smuggling some dangerous chemicals for a anti-metahuman group. So basically any, elf, troll, orc, dwarf kind of thing. So it says the U-Bahn rattles to a halt at the edge of Kreuzberg. You're only a few blocks away from Schottenest, the Kies that Maxim and his smugglers call home. According to Samuel, they should be expecting you. So, here we go. I guess I can check my equipment. I've got some bliss. I've got some jazz, quickness. I wish I could swap this out and give it to one of my other characters. I'm sure there's a way to do it. I just haven't figured it out yet. Advanced med kit and a couple of grenades. I guess I'll go with that. And the jazz is combat stim and increases quickness and action points. So actually both of those would help. My guy's a ranged guy. I have unspent karma. Okay, no, I don't want to do that. I've only got 2 points of unspent. So, all right. Dietrich says, "Look, boss, I just want to thank you for bringing me along on this one. It means a lot. Like I was saying, don't sweat it. Even Shadowrunners have families. I'm doing this against my better judgment, or you owe me one, old man. I'm gonna say, don't sweat it. Even Shadowrunners have families." And if you didn't watch last part, or you forgot, his nephew has gotten mixed up with this hate group somehow. So he's wanting to try to get him out of it. He nods. "Alexander, he's a good kid, If I'd been there for him, if I hadn't run off to Berlin, left him with his worthless sack of a dad, he'd never fall in with those humanist pigs in the first place." The expression on Dietrich's face softens and he claps you on the shoulder. "Let's go find my nephew and let's crack all the humanist skulls we can along the way. They have it coming in more ways than I can count." Alright. So the arrow over here shows that we need to go northwest and also have an optional objective to find Dietrich's nephew. Let's see, food cart vendor. Let's see what's going on. A matronly woman with a round face and kind eyes greets you. Her apron is caked with what looks like about a year's worth of grease. "Guten Tag. What can I get you?" Let's see, that depends. What do you have? "Well, today we have a soya-based currywurst for 5 new yen, or a soup and sandwich combo for 10. Good, simple, stick to your ribs food. Perfect for a cold day like this." And I'll say, nothing for me, I'm good. The smile on her face is not reflected in her eyes. "Good day to you then. Come back anytime." So she's not very happy that I didn't order from her. My guess is I'll run into somebody who wants what she's selling, at which point I'll have to come back and get it. That's a nice little street lights. Got a little solar panel up there. I like all the little, I think I've mentioned before, but I like all the little artwork touches. Is it ringing? One of the first couple of parts, or I think the second part when we were exploring our neighborhood, there was a phone booth ringing, and it basically said be on the lookout for other ringing phone booths. Searching the dead drop, you find a package with the telltale markings of the Shadowrun. Dead drop message. Rehumanus. This is an open request for information on current and past donors to the Humanus Polyclub. Identifying information such as home addresses and photographs is preferred. The presence of this hate group and its supporters will no longer be tolerated within our community. We will expose them to the harsh light of truth. The timely delivery of this information will be well rewarded. Freedom, equality, information, Shadowrun. So, I guess I'm just supposed to look for phone booths, not necessarily answer the ringing phones. And what does it say? The Kia's gatekeeper, a rough-looking dwarf with a fire plug build, holds out his hand at your approach. Whoa there, Beanpole. I don't know where you think you're headed, but you should turn around and go back the way you came. Say I've got business on the other side of your barricade. You want trouble, dwarf? Because unless you step out of my way, I say Beanpole. Seriously? I'm gonna say I've got business on the other side of your barricade, one way or another. That's where I'm going. He stares at you, an appraising look in his eyes. Well, you look like you can handle yourself, but still, I'm telling you, the people out there are bad news. There are gangs on the other side of this barricade who'd skin you alive just as soon as look at you. Say, trust me, I've gone up against worse. Well then, I'll just have to skin them first. Or, look, I don't have a choice. I need to get out there. If I don't, some punk gangs are going to be the least of my problems. I'm going to say, well then, I'll just have to skin them first. He shrugs. Alright, be my guest. Go play with the torture gangs. Something tells me you'd be a better fit out there anyway. He gestures to the troll standing behind him. Let him by, Sir Jack. And he's, this troll has the Dead Man Switch artwork had this sort of very, I don't know if iconic's the right word, but very cool armor with this kind of gas mask tube looking thing. I think that's the first time I've seen somebody wearing one in either of the campaigns. But it was just a very eye-catching piece of artwork that kind of defined Dead Man's Switch. He nods at you, be careful out there. Alright, so he doesn't have anything else that he wants to say. I can't talk to the troll. This is all just... See these little... I can't pass barricade kind of. Shadowrun is very good, and I think I mentioned this in another part, at making spaces look bigger than you can actually explore. So that they do somewhat limit what you can do, or where you can go, compared to, you know, some other RPGs out there. They make you feel like, you know, you have a lot of space. Alright, so maximum. So here's the Smugglers gang. The figure at the center of the group shoots you an insolent glance. His fine elfish features match Samuel's description. This must be Maxim, your smuggler liaison. But well, if it isn't the muscle that Tuck promised us. Look who it is, everybody. The new hires have elected to grace us with their presence. Nice of you to join us. He glances at the PD on his wrist and looks back at you. When he speaks again, his voice is sharp and humorless. You're late, chummer. You say, I'm here, that's all that matters. Drop the attitude or you can roll into this meeting without me. Yeah, sorry about that. I got held up at the wall. I'm going to say, drop the attitude or you can roll into this meeting without me. He lets out a theatrical sigh. Well, you come highly recommended, so I suppose I'll overlook it. Say if we run into trouble, you'll be glad to have me around. Look, do you want to do this thing, or do you want to stand around talking about it? Or, as you've already pointed out, we're running late. Shouldn't we get moving? I'm going to say, if we run into trouble, you'll be glad to have me around. I guarantee it. His mouth twists into a smirk. I certainly hope so, for your sake. Without another word, he turns and slaps the side of a bulldog step van. A second van of the same design rumbles to life a few feet away. Pile in, people, and be ready. There's rough country between us and the meeting site. We might run into trouble along the way. So, game saved. So I made contact with the smugglers. And now, 20 minutes into your trip, the van comes to a screeching halt. Maxim presses his face into the passenger window. From the mix of anger and dread on his face, you can tell that he doesn't like what he sees. Damn it, I knew this was going to happen. I knew it! He cranes his head around to look you in the eye. Everybody pile out of the van. And get ready quick, Luke. We're going to need some muscle in a second. As you take your position outside the van, you hear a shrill voice bark out an order. A pair of portable gun turrets begins to self-calibrate in response. Sweeping your gaze over the gangers assembled before you, you identify the owner of a voice. A leathery woman with wild hair and a mirthless smile. Rambach Boss. I guess that's the name of the games, the Rambachs. She calls out again, her voice brimming with pride. Hello out there! Welcome to Rambach territory. Maxim licks his lips, his eyes scanning over the gangers' hastily assembled roadblock. This Kia's... pardon me. This Kia's belongs to Surf Turf slag. Has for months. You better clear on out of her way before they show up and force you out. Surf Turf? Those tunnel rats? They're ancient history. Go ahead and call them if you don't believe me. Her face twists into an ugly smile. Scream as loud as you want. They won't hear you. We buried them last week. Maxim's expression turns stony, but his voice remains calm. Congratulations on your victory. You must have taken some losses in the fight, though. I'm betting you're not at 100%. Why don't you let us cross this bridge in peace? There's no need for any bloodshed today. You know what? You're absolutely right. We don't need to fight. You just pay us a small toll, and we'll be more than happy to let you cross our bridge. I'm thinking, say, 500 new yen per van. Her voice turns cold. Otherwise, you'd better find another way to get where you're going, because this bridge is ours, and nobody crosses without paying the toll. Nobody. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe this does need to get violent. Maxim turns to you. Get ready to ventilate these. Quick, Luke, we've got a schedule to keep. So I could say, help the smugglers. We got your back. Change of plan. Or I could attack everybody. Change of plans. I'll be taking the shipment and the cash for the delivery and all of your lives. Or I can negotiate with the gangers. Look, let's be smart about this. Nobody wants a firefight today. I'm going to go with the negotiate. Although I'm really itching for combat. It's been a while since we had some combat, but I think Quick Luke would try to negotiate something. Good. That's a real good idea, pal. The ganger boss cheers at Maxim. See that? Your muscle is smarter than you are. You should put him in charge. Maxim wheels around to face you. His face a mask of fury. His voice explodes out in a harsh whisper. Quiet down! You don't speak for me. You don't speak for this organization. So, if I had etiquette gang, I could say, be cool, man, I can get out of this. If I had willpower 3, which I don't, I could stare him down, but I don't. So I'm going to have to say, you're right, this is your show, my mistake. Right it is. Now, you going to help us take these punks down or not? So I could help the smugglers, yeah, we got you covered. Or turn on the smugglers. I'm going to put you all on the ground. I'm going to help the smugglers. He nods and draws his weapon. Good. Smugglers! Open fire! At least we get some combat. Finally get some combat. I think that was a rocket launcher, or a grenade launcher. Okay, so I don't even know. I think all these are good guys, or at least on our side. Nope, these are gangers. Got two different. We're gonna do the old buff up Glory. Give her 3 action points. Okay. Quick Luke. Ah man, we gotta take out this grenade, or this let's see, midline. Got a 45%. The auto turret is wounded. I'm not gonna complain about that. Yeah, they're doing pretty good at being spread out enough so that. Yeah, let's see what I can do here. Is it gonna be a miss? No, it's not a miss. Boom. All right, nice. Didn't really help as much as I wanted it to, but I'm gonna take Glory down here. No, I was wanting you to be all. There we go. Come on, Glory. Not enough AP. I can get you down here. I'll get you in some cover. Alright, Blitz. I need you to get up here and try to work on these guys. Oh, more gangers. I'm glad that I didn't turn on everybody. I don't think I could handle all this at one time. I have a hard time just with this. Grenade. Oh, Blitz. Oh, I didn't bring Eager. I was like, where's Eager at? I didn't bring it. Looks like they buffed up Glory's aim accuracy. Got an 85% chance. Is that thing gone? Did it blow up? I don't even see it. The other cannon is what I'm talking about. I don't see it. I'm going to try to take out this cannon. Yeah, not doing a very good job. I'm going to take Glory down on it. It's immune to what? Wait a minute, did I do any damage to it? Yeah, I did damage to it. It must be immune to something else, like, oh, I think it's immune to the bleeding. Because her claws do some sort of bleeding damage. What is this? Okay, so I marked him. And I'm gonna... That's nice. Dietrich, I'm gonna have to have you help. What have I got here? Force... Where can I put this thing? I'm gonna put it over here. So I'm gonna get him on this. BAM! Dietrich still has an action point. I'm gonna bring him over here so he can back up Blitz. That kinda hurt. Now he's gonna summon something. What did he summon? Big wave, dodge. Man, they're getting grenades all over Blitz. Just shot my earth elemental. They're missing these guys. That mage keeps missing, which I'm not complaining about. Axum just got hit. Not necessarily a friend, but a temporary ally. Yeah, he's got a grenade launcher. That thing's pretty nasty. Quick Luke. Alright, take this thing out. Best I can tell, it hasn't been shooting, but I don't want to give it the chance to. Alright, Blitz, let's take this guy out. Okay, nice. And then, can I see? Yeah, I can see there. I don't know what his little drone does. Just kind of follows him around, I don't know. Alright, what you got, Smuggler? He can either throw like a magic bolt, or his fist, or throwing knives. I guess I'll do this little magic bolt. Oh, Smuggler is my friend. Okay. 46, line of sight blocked. I'm gonna have to move him here. Now what have I got? Escape chance. Ooh. Oh, how many? That's right. How many APs you give them is how many their chance of escaping. All right, so he's got 3 APs. Bam. And it knocked him down an AP. Bam. -2 AP. Bam. Whip whapping that dude. Yeah, I'd forgot about that. These elementals that you summon, they have an escape chance each round. I think it goes up and goes up and goes up. Maxims. Do a little damage. Down. Alright, Glory can take care of this guy. I'm going to bring Quick Luke up here, or actually I'm just going to get on this launcher. And I got to reload. And Glory, get on this guy. Bap. Bap. Guess her plus AP is gone now. Alright, down. Dietrich, what you got? Missed. Yeah, so I'm going to say 3 AP, and that escape chance went up to 12%. Alright, down. Go get on this climbing thing. Bam. Bam. Not so fast, little dwarf dude. Battle's over. Keep Max alive was optional, and eliminate the gangers and the turrets. Okay, done. So now what? Oh, there's Maxims over here. Let's look around and see if there's anything else going on. The vans, the mystery machines with Scooby, Shaggy. Alright, let's talk to old Maximum. Maximum wipes his face with a handkerchief. The cloth comes away wet with blood-streaked sweat. Well, that was unpleasant. All part of the job, though, eh? I could say, you said it. You tell me you're the big-time smuggler. I'm just the hired muscle. Remember? Sad but true. I'm going to say, you said it. Gotta admit, Quick Luke, this attack has made me nervous. We're running late, we're low on ammo, and there's no time to call for reinforcements. Whichever way you slice it, we won't be going to this meet at our best. When we roll up on the meeting site, be ready. We may need the element of surprise if negotiations go south. Agreed. That ambush was more than a little convenient. You just worry about getting us paid. I can handle myself. Gotcha, Maxim. Good shooting back there, by the way. I'll say agreed. That ambush was more than a little convenient. Yeah, couldn't have said it better myself. So, now what? Do we go get back in the... Okay, we gotta go back in the vans here. The courtyard of the Humanus compound is strangely quiet. The only activity that you notice is the clatter of the mechanized gates as they rumble shut behind the vans. The bulldogs row to a stop. You step out alongside Maxim and the rest of the smugglers. There are crates here, a lot of crates, all scattered in various stages of disorganization. It looks as though your delivery is just one of many that this branch of Humanus has received. The smugglers unload the cargo from their vans with practiced efficiency. The whole operation feels polished and professional, but you can tell that Maxim is nervous. You can see it in his eyes. The smugglers finish unloading the last of the crates, then take up positions around the van. Minutes pass. Nobody comes to meet you. Maxim. No welcoming party. Shakes his head. This isn't a good sign. It's almost as if they didn't expect us to make it here. Doesn't matter. They're going to have to deal with me whether they want to or not. Well then, maybe I should go talk with them. I'm going to say it's almost as if they didn't expect us to make it here. He nods. My thoughts exactly. This puts us in a bad spot, Quick Luke. I'm not sure what our next step is. We need some answers. We need to get paid. I'm going to go have a talk with them. The next step is to sit out here. Mine is to go inside. I've got a job to do. My next step is to kick down their door and get some answers. I'm going to say we need some answers and we need to get paid. I'm going to go have a talk with them. What are you going to do? Knock on the front door? What makes you think they'll leave an answer? They've done a pretty good job of avoiding us so far. Leave that to me, friend. Dietrich jerks a thumb in the direction of the Humanus compound. They'll have a hard time avoiding us when I'm in there, kicking down doors and lighting fires. His eyes widen. You gotta be kidding me. That's a Humanus compound, pal. You go in there, and you ain't gonna come back out. So you want to get paid, don't you? I'm your muscle, dealing with situations like this, part of the job description. Humanus doesn't scare me. I've gone up against worse, far worse. I'm gonna say you want to get paid, don't you? Well, yeah, of course. But I don't see how you getting yourself killed is going to accomplish that. Leave it to me. I'll get you your money and some answers. You're serious, aren't you? You're really going in there. He takes a step back. Well, be my guest. I won't get in your way. When you make it back, if you make it back, we'll be out here waiting for you. So, let's inspect this pile of cargo. There's a warning label plastered on the side of this container. Judging by the amount of small print on the label, whatever's being stored in here is extremely bad news. Let's take a closer look at the label. Warning, highly dangerous chemical agent. Do not take internally. Avoid contact with skin, eyes, mouth, and clothing. Increases aggression and reduces impulse control when inhaled. Avoid breathing fumes or vapor. Important, do not proceed unless material safety data sheet has been read and understood. So, if I had to guess, just thinking out loud, they're going to use that stuff on the metahumans to get them all riled up and have them, you know, cause a riot, hurt some people, kill some people, and make metahumans look bad. That would be, oh, that's a nice touch. The I don't know if you call that parallax or not, when stuff moves at a different speed depending on how close or far away it is, perspective kind of thing, and that's the first time I've noticed this. One thing I'll say for Shadowrun Returns, you hardly ever don't know where to go. I mean, it's, you know, there's usually only like one choice. Let's see, something all metas for Die Munchkin von Berlin. I don't know. Strong fists here, I don't know. You're about to transition to a new location. Continue? Yeah. And that's been 30 minutes. May stop it here and maybe pick back up at the next. Seems like a good stopping point. So we're still on false flag. I'll either cut it here and make this the entirety of the part, or I may resume later and kind of make it all continue and let this part continue. But I'm definitely personally going to stop right here. So if this is the end of this part, thanks for watching. If not, I will see you here in a second. By your time, anyway.